The antimatter containment fields flickered red across the bridge of the Draxothi Sovereign, and Chieftain Cyrax knew her people had mere minutes to live. Her scaled hands gripped the command console as alarms shrieked through the crystalline corridors of the ancient dreadnought. Around her, the bridge crew Che, a proud member of the Draxothi, the dragon-descended warriors who had ruled 3 star systems for millennia, worked frantically to prevent catastrophe. Containment at 18%, her tactical officer hissed, smoke rising from his nostrils in distress. The humans' modifications to our reactor are failing. Cyrax's amber eyes flashed with frustration. 3 months ago, they had reluctantly allowed Cassian Webb, a human salvage engineer, to upgrade their aging systems. Her council had protested humans were considered primitive upstarts, barely 2 centuries into space travel. But Cassian had impressed her with his unorthodox thinking during a chance encounter at the Nexus station. Against all tradition, she had hired him. Now, it seemed, that decision would doom them all. "Where is the human?" Cyrax demanded, her voice carrying the harmonic resonance unique to her species. "Engineering deck, Chieftain. He refuses to evacuate." Of course he did. Cyrax's wings, folded against her back beneath her ornate armor, twitched with an emotion she refused to name. In the months Cassian had worked aboard her ship, she had found herself drawn to his peculiar fearlessness. The way he treated her, not as a legendary warrior queen, but simply as another person with engineering problems. He made terrible jokes. He ate bizarre human food that smelled of fermented grain. He hummed ancient earth songs while calibrating plasma conduits, and somewhere between his fouled installation of the secondary power coupling and his brilliant solution to their recycler malfunction, Cyrax had committed the unthinkable. She had fallen in love with him, not that she could ever tell him. Draxothi chieftains did not mate outside their species. The genetic compatibility alone made it impossible, not to mention the political catastrophe it would create. She had kept her feelings buried deep, hidden behind the cold mask of command. But now none of it mattered. They were all going to die. "I'm going to engineering," Cyrax announced, rising from her command throne. "Chieftain, no. Your duty is to my duty, is to my crew," she interrupted, her tail lashing. "Prepare escape pods. If containment drops below 5%, evacuate immediately." The lift descended through the ship's heart, and Cyrax's mind raced. The Sovereign was more than a vessel. It was a symbol of Draxothi supremacy, carrying artifacts dating back 6,000 years. Losing it would be a blow to her people's pride that might never recover. The engineering deck was chaos. Cassian stood at the reactor's primary interface, his dark hair plastered to his forehead with sweat, his fingers flying across holographic displays. He had stripped down to a simple tank top, his human physiology ill-suited to the intense heat radiating from the failing containment core. Cyrax called over the noise. He glanced back, and his face lit up with that insufferable grin. "Hey, Chief. Bad time for a visit. This temperamental beast is throwing a tantrum. The containment is failing. We need to evacuate." "Not happening." He turned back to his work. "I know what went wrong. The Draxothi power systems operate on a cyclic frequency that I didn't account for. Your tech literally breathes its pulses. I tried to stabilize it with human engineering principles, but that's like trying to teach a dragon to walk on 2 legs. Despite everything, Cyrax felt her heart skip. He understood. In 3 months, this human had grasped something about her people's technology that they themselves had forgotten that it was organic. alive in ways that mimicked their own biology. "Can you fix it?" she asked, moving closer. "Maybe, probably. 60-40 odds." His hands never stopped moving. "But I need you to reroute power from the tertiary systems through the port manifold. Your people won't do it. It'll drop life support on decks 9 through 12. Those decks are occupied. I know. That's why I need you to give the order." Cyrax stared at his back, at the determined set of his too fragile shoulders. He was asking her to risk dozens of lives on his 60-40 odds. Any other member of her crew, she would have refused. But this was Cassian, who had never once lied to her, who had sat with her in the observation deck during their journey through the Veil Nebula and told her about Earth's oceans with such longing in his voice that she had wanted to fly him there herself. "Do it," she commanded into her cum. "Reroute power. Clear decks 9 through 12. Cassian's shoulders relaxed fractionally. "Thanks for trusting me, Chief." Trust. Such a small word for what she felt. For the next 7 minutes, Cyrax watched Cassian work with a precision that bordered on artistry. His hands danced across the controls, coaxing the reactor back from the brink. He muttered to himself in that strange Earth language, cursing and encouraging the machine in equal measure. Sweat dripped from his chin. The heat would have killed most humans by now, but he endured. Containment at 12%, the bridge reported through her cum. Increasing. 14%, 16. "Come on, beautiful," Cassian whispered to the reactor. "Work with me. 20%, 22. Stabilizing." The alarms cut off. The red light shifted to amber, then green. The reactor's hum smoothed from a jagged scream to a steady purr. Cassian slumped against the console, breathing hard. "Told you, 60-40. Cyrax felt something break inside her chest. Relief, admiration, and that terrible, wonderful affection. Before she could stop herself, she crossed the distance between them and pulled him into an embrace. Her wings spreading wide. Cassian stiffened in surprise, then slowly relaxed. Chief. Not that I'm complaining, but you okay?" She pulled back, suddenly aware of the breach in protocol. "You saved my ship. My people, Thank you," he smiled, that crooked human smile that made her hearts ache. "Just doing my job. Though I'll admit, I had extra motivation. Can't let anything happen to this ship when the captain is." He paused, seeming to choose his words carefully. "When the captain is the most remarkable person I've ever met." Cyrax's amber eyes widened. Could he? No, humans didn't feel such things for other species. He was simply being kind. "You should rest," she said, retreating behind formality. "You've earned it." As she turned to leave, Cassian called out, "Hey, Chief. Maybe when we dock at the Nexus station next week, you'd want to get some of that Altarian tea you like. With me, I mean. If chieftains are allowed to, just hang out with their engineers." Cyrax paused, her back to him so he couldn't see her expression. He didn't know. This brave, brilliant human had no idea that she cherished every moment in his presence, that she had memorized the sound of his laughter, that she dreamed impossible dreams. "Perhaps," she said softly, "I would like that." As she walked away, Cyrax allowed herself the smallest smile. He had saved her ship, her crew, her pride. And he had done it while remaining completely unaware that he had stolen the heart of a dragon chieftain. Some disasters, she thought, were worth surviving.